every time that there is a name of life in the name of the portion, it will speak about death. Well, yeah. So when Yaakov will die, we'll hear the portion of vayechi. So every time that, and why it's setting the paradigm that you actually cannot speak about life without the big reformer death. First, that they are not separated, that they are completion of, or more than completion of one another. It's not a yin yang in that terms. It's more that the means to arrive to a true life is death.
Because it's the reformation.
Because it has in it a purge and a purification that no other action or intention can actually achieve. It has in it a sense of renewal and a rebirth that nothing else can. We have to sort of find a miniature formation or miniature structures and processes in ourselves during the work. But actually, that is the grace of everything that we were not able to purge or to purify or to reform. It comes. There's a beautiful description of the angel, not only the angel of death, but the angel that handles the spirit that comes after death, and he weighs them. The spirit that are conscious, meaning that has done that they've been doing some work. He's called Duma. Now, Duma in Hebrew is to do with Dumama, or which has to do with shutting down in terms as well, everything that it's quietness and silence, but it has to do with quietness as well of all engines, if you like. Okay. And then you have to make a restart, but it's not sort of stop-start. What we call in death, in Hebrew, it has a completion of innocency. Mm-hmm. Okay. What it means? It means that it purifies you from what? It purifies you to the state of your origin, or the memory of what you can be or should be. Okay. So it's actually it's a clean slate. It's a clean slate for the spirit to enter without. It's not without the weight of. She's coming back not with the weight of sin. She's coming back with a double urge of work, which is very different. There's no guilt in coming back. So in a way, death is as well eraser of guilt. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So is it fair to say that then with the death of Sarah, that's kind of the first circle that was kind of, I don't even want to say completed, but the first.
Because of her life, this is what Bala Sulam is saying, that the death of the righteous is actually a blessing. Mm-hmm. So now we have to go into what is the meaning of blessing. The meaning of blessing is reconnecting us to the ground that can give us birth as an independent entity. So in the life of Sarah, because she gave birth to to the form of valor, to the form of what is called gvura, meaning the ability to reform. So in her life, or the ability to overcome obstacles of the will to receive to oneself, obstacle to our identity, or obstacle to overcome obstacle to in our relationship with the creator, with our selfhood. Okay, because she had that consciousness in her. Her death is actually a power of continuation and a memory for humanity. She established, but she always, when we read the portion, it's in presence. She established the formation of what I said, Knesset Israel, meaning the force that will unite and will gather spirit that take upon themselves the fate of that genealogy in terms of what they carry as responsibility, as work, as prayer, as study. Okay, and as well for the whole of humanity, the memories that everything that we are doing now, we are building such a stature of light that will be able to reform and to reconnect everything that we separated, we were not able to reform during the 6,000, which is Malchut in itself, okay, which is the true, actually, identity of us as creatives. So this is what she established. So it's a blessing. So her life and the journey through, going with Avraham, bringing more people or teaching more people about the providence, going through understanding without actually having to go. I need to speak about the nature of prophecy of Sarah. Mm-hmm. She has no, let's say Abraham and later all prophets, she doesn't have visions. She doesn't have, she doesn't hear voices. She has, as I said, she heard 2 words. You did laugh. This is what she heard. So what kind of prophecy she represents? She represents knowing, somatic knowing. There's no media needed for Sarah in order to express prophecy. Her being, the whole being of Sarah, is prophecy. Her life is the prophecy, and therefore she knows what is being sorted out and where humanity is going, and through which forces and structures it will continue. So when she is laughing, it's dangerous. When Avraham is laughing, it's not dangerous. So it has to do with the sense. It's much more impressive to the senses. You can say that you have visions and paraphernalia of prophecy.
This is kind of steering Abraham from the background.
Yeah, it's steering it from the background, but knowing will move into the front, because this is the aim of reformation.
Through her death.
The knowing, the way that what is the self? that Sarah is proclaiming, and that we're speaking about, that it will be the resurrection. What will resurrect? What will resurrect is the knowing that we were created as the, and this is the blessing of the female or the feminine part in the prayer, that you formed me and created me as your will. I am, and this is Sarah. Sarah is an expression, if there is an expression of light, the light of the thought of creation, to bestow goodness. There are some people who are, so in Eastern religion, it's called avatar.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need to be an avatar. It's direct expression of knowing that you are, that this is your identity. The true identity of Malchut, of the fourth, of what we call the fourth aspect of Malchut, is actually the pulse of all creation. Yeah. So Sarah is the first, one can say, the first appearance of a true createe. And the whole 6,000 years of formation is to actually arrive to that formation, to that structure. Okay. This is why I'm saying that there is no media of prophecy. Okay. It's knowing. It's by being. You're that.
Would it be a fair question to ask, why does the Torah not continue that way? Why is that? Because it continues with Isaac, it continues with other stories. There's this, what you mentioned earlier, matriarch not getting through again. It's not coming through until very late.
Well, it is in the warning why you're laughing, because laughing or it's more to do with being playful. Playful in terms of laughing, because playful speaks about the play, knowing the whole play. Mm-hmm. It's too early to laugh or to reveal the whole play. So don't reveal it now, because there's so many processes and levels that humanity still need to go through. So the fact that she knows it, it doesn't say it's the time to reveal it. So it will have to go through the family, through the tribes, through the nation, through the relation of the nation and all other nations, till it will sort of bear fruit of the first form as Sarah. You can see that in Sarah you have the root of the function of Israel, with what you have to deal. You have to deal with the uniting humans and sort of bringing them under the wings of the Lord or the Creator, and as well being very as a being, you will be able to control the forces and powers like angel, the way they will act upon humanity. You will be able to be the Lord of them. Okay, and that includes death, because when Yaakov will be called Israel, which will have the name Sarah in it, okay, it's the ability to see. It's the ability to, in a way, to sing the wholeness. Or it's the poetic inclusion, one can say. So he's fighting actually with the representative of the angel of death, which is Samael. So because he's grandmother is Sarah, he can actually fight with it. It's not the power of the father, it's the power of the grandmother. Okay, that actually forms the name Israel later. Okay, so it's a beginning of a process, and always we will find it as well in Miriam later. There is a tendency in the feminine part to hasten the process. It's like Miriam is asking Moshe, why won't you sanctify already existence, and she's being punished. It's let's get there. It's this, and this is why it actually more fitting as a leadership to the last generation, because it has the urge to complete it.